Welcome everybody to episode 90 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
Justin, how are we?
Good day.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, we made it to episode 90 here.
I know.
10 more until the triple digits.
I know. Big 100.
And then it's on to episode 1000 after that.
Yeah.
But,
remember episode 10?
yeah, bro. We thought we were popping bottles at
Yeah.
episode 10, and here we are 80 episodes later. But
Yeah.
how you doing though, bro? Good overall? Chilling?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, solid day?
Yeah. Pretty, it was an easy day at work for the most part.
Hell yeah.
But normal day.
Yeah, dude. Nice. We're getting again to that time of the year where it's starting to get dark as hell.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
dark right now.
Because right now we're doing this on Halloween.
Yeah.
October 31st, Halloween. So anybody who still trick or treats or has kids who are trick or treating, happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Hope they secured the bag.
Yeah.
You know, with the candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I can't remember when we stopped going trick or treating. I don't know what time that was, like middle school.
Yeah,
or...
sometime in middle school, probably like, I don't know, 7th grade, 8th grade, something like that.
Yeah, because I know there was a time where I didn't put any effort into the costume. I would just be like, I'm going as myself.
Yeah.
And I would grab a pillowcase and just walk around and be like, give me candy.
Yeah. Well, our town too is like, you don't see many kids, or at least in like my area.
Yeah.
Because all the kids were us.
Yeah.
We all grew up.
Yeah,
And
right?
now like there aren't like any kids in my neighborhood at least.
Yeah, there's not a lot of new families that are moving in with younger kids.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of the newer families in our area are like downtown.
Right.
Like closer to the schools.
Right.
And like all the people around us are all our age or older.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, you know, it's been a minute since we went trick-or-treating or even see the trick-or-treaters. It used to be a big event.
Yeah.
And now it's like a ghost town.
Yeah. No, literally.
50,000 kids used to live here.
My family, like, we don't even hand out candy.
Yeah.
Usually, like, when it gets, like, really dark,
Yeah.
like, we just shut off all the lights.
Yeah, right. You didn't want to deal with them.
Yeah. Mainly because it's always awkward because only, like, one kid comes, maybe two.
Yeah.
And we usually don't, like, we don't have candy.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, we're not going to go buy a bag of candy for one person.
You saw some with double XP code. You're like, take it, bro. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Give them an apple.
And, like, nowadays, too, like, I feel like a lot of families, they trick-or-treat, like, in the morning. Like, during the day.
Yeah.
They get it done with, and then...
Dude, they go hella early. Like, when I was driving over here, right? Again, like, I don't know, maybe 5 o'clock or so, a little bit past there. Dude, kids are already going. There's a couple of them, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like, going through all the neighborhoods, there's maybe, like, 2 kids I saw.
Yeah.
But they're rocking and roll at 5 o'clock. I thought it was a late night thing. Like, 8, 9 o'clock. Yeah. That used to be, like, the thing. You had the flashlight.
Yeah.
Out with the crew late at night.
Yeah. Not anymore.
No, now it's like, dude.
There's a reason why it's not anymore, but, you know.
Oh, well, you know, you got to be careful, too.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, like, we grew up in... It wasn't even, like, as bad for us, but, like, you know... I guess because there were a bunch of, like, kids around our age, like, going out and stuff at night.
Yeah.
And we didn't really have to worry too much about creepy stuff happening. But then people, like, that grew up in the 80s and 90s, honestly, I don't know how some of them are alive. Because, like, dude, there was a lot of shit that happened back then, and you could get away with it.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays, people are also more paranoid, like, including me.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%.
Like, I'm always thinking about, like, an escape plan in, like, a crowded event.
Yeah.
You look at all these serial killer movies.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, I watch so many of that stuff and, like, the criminal stuff. It's like,
dude,
like, that stuff happened back, like, when our parents were alive because you could get away with it.
Right.
Now, if you can get away with it, you're a fucking genius. Which is why, like, I'm always paranoid. Because if you somehow do get away with it, you're probably going to get away with even more stuff nowadays.
Yeah, see, I think, like, I mean, I don't think a bunch about that stuff.
Yeah.
Personally, just because I think, like, my thought process is that there's so much security that's out nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, the chance of me, like, of something like that happening to me are pretty slim. Now, I'm not going to put myself into, like, dumb situations where there may be risk, you know? Like, if I'm going to go out, like, late, if I was a kid going out late night, like, I would bring a crew. You know, I'm bringing like 4 or 5 people. Yeah. You know, I'm not bringing just like me and one of the homies, like just one kid. I'm like, we could get smoked. If we're like little ass kids, you know, like 11, 12 years old, things are not going to look good.
Yeah.
You know, but if I got 5 or 6 of us,
yeah, you feel better.
that guy driving by is going to be like, he's going to be like Swiper. He's like, oh man,
yeah.
like no, can't pull it off.
Yeah, and they're I don't think a lot of people will try to do that, especially around our area. But also, you always have to think about like the crazies.
Yeah,
there will be there are crazies that just don't care. They won't follow the laws, I guess, but what normal people do.
Right. Yeah, I know. There's tons of those people out there,
crazies.
But I don't know. So you just gotta live your life. You can't let that shit bother you too much.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, like, I still go out and do stuff.
No, you got to. But if you're like, I think nowadays, if you're going out trick or treat, especially, there's not a lot of kids out there. Bring a couple of boys with you. Or you got the parents with you too.
Yeah.
So it's pretty chill. It's not too bad.
Yeah. No, things are like kids nowadays. Like they're just so different too. I don't even know if like some of them even enjoy trick or treating.
Well,
like,
dude,
they'd rather just stay and talk with their friends.
Well, dude, think about it too, man. Like kids now, they have they got like all phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're all like they could be out there with cell phones and stuff. Like if stuff happens, but just in general, like we were talking about, not even wanting to go do it. Like, dude, we didn't have much entertainment. We had games like playing on consoles and stuff, but we didn't have cell phones like be able to keep in contact.
Yeah.
So it's like when you left the house, you're on your own.
Yeah. Exactly. And you're gonna go do stuff with your friends and whatever.
So it's different now.
Yeah. Nowadays it's just completely different.
Yeah.
And it's not the kids' fault that technology just happened.
Yeah, right.
We were born in like an area where like technology was coming up, but it wasn't as advanced yet as now. So we grew into it.
Yeah.
Which was really nice.
Yeah, because we got the experience of
both
seeing, like socializing like normal people, which a lot of people can't do anymore.
Yeah.
And then like also having the tech background,
Yeah.
Like being relatively balanced.
Yeah. Now these kids like aren't.
Yeah, no, they're just like all tech.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Good talk, bro.
Yeah.
But no, man, we're going to be spending our Halloween, though, like total nerds, inside.
Yeah, inside.
MW2.
Playing
the grind. So, dude, it's finally out.
Yep.
We've been hustling.
Yeah.
We got to, it was a wild release for us. First time, I can't even remember how long. That we went to a actual midnight release.
Yep.
Which was honestly a night to remember. It was so sick.
Yeah.
There was an event that Boston Breach, was it Boston Breach or was it Oxygen Esports?
Boston Breach.
Yeah. They put on for a midnight release. It was like a smaller kind of event held at Gillette Stadium.
Yep. At Helix Esports.
So shout out to them for putting that on because it was sick. We took the trek out and went there, met a bunch of other people that are just like us.
Yeah.
And we got to play. Like, I can't remember last time I did that. Like, I mean, never going to an actual midnight release.
Yeah.
Where I get to play the game right at midnight.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun.
Yeah, no, they did a good job with that. It was cool that they did that. Because we got to go, like, we saw the players were there, like, getting ready to stream and stuff and play, and they're just chilling there. And we got to play the game, which was a lot of fun. While like we knew back at home, like it was downloading.
Yeah, right. Us. Yeah, we already had it like ready to go for the next day.
Yeah, but no, they don't do like midnight releases anymore, which is like, I mean, I get why, because the midnight releases happened because you couldn't just go and download the game. Like everything was on disc.
Yeah, right.
So they did bring like the vibes back. It was nice. We had pizza and stuff. We had food. We had some drinks. Just chilled, played with the game with
super
everyone else.
Vibe. Yeah, I mean it was sick. But yeah, you're right. I totally like just forgot about discs. Because again, back then like that's all there was no digital downloads.
Yeah.
For getting those games. So you'd have to go. That was the only way to get it. And it was the quickest way too. Because I don't know. I could be wrong. I thought at some point like it would come to online or come to the PlayStation Store, but it would be later. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like right at 12.
Yeah.
That's right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you would just go.
You couldn't pre-download the game. Like it would. I'm pretty sure. Maybe it did come right at 12, but I know the download was on like later on.
Yeah.
It might have been the same day, but maybe it was at midnight, but you couldn't pre-download it.
Yeah.
So when it hit midnight, you have to download the game like everybody else and just wait for it to finish.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Now, though, like, you can pre-download it, and then, you know, you can go and sign on, like, when it releases.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't bought a physical copy of COD in a long, long time.
Yeah, the last one I bought was World War II.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So it's been...
Yeah, however many years then, yeah.
Yeah.
But we got to go play it on PC too, which was nice.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we had a scuff.
Yeah.
If we had to play mouse and key, I would have lost it, bro. I would have been like, oh, man. You know, I'm not even going to bother playing. I'll just watch people.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to experience it.
Yeah.
But it was so cool. I mean, there was maybe 20 people there, like 20, 30 people there.
Yeah.
Some people were super sweat, like really trying, it's rad to see.
Yeah.
Then the whole Boston Breach pro team, they were up on stage, and we got in there. We walked up just chatting with not the players, but one of the players and his girlfriend, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, as we were talking, I look over and I see those guys, and I was like, huh? I'm like,
they're just waiting to play.
Yeah, I was like, that's them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, we're literally witnessing these guys play this game for the first time.
Yeah.
You know?
Getting ready to just try out the game.
Yeah.
Get ready for the season.
And we stayed till 3 a.m.?
3,
Yeah. And some of those guys, like Methods and a couple others, they were like just getting warmed up. They're like getting food, they're getting like Diet Coke and stuff. And we're over here like,
we got work tomorrow.
Today.
Today.
I'm like, I have to go to work in like 4 hours.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of fun though. I'm glad they did that. I hope they do like more stuff like this. I mean, selfishly for us,
right?
But also to bring the community. If you live around, you know, the Gillette Stadium area, and like even if you don't like play competitively, like it's not like we went in and we just played the game.
Yeah.
You know, like you can just show up and just play, which is really cool. You get to meet a lot of people that play video games, like, you know, like us and, you know, people that are listening. Because I think we've said before, like, you and I are the only ones in our friend group that, like, game. It's like the video that I've sent you, like, you know, all you and your homies, like, all in middle school.
Yeah.
Come back home, you play, and it just dwindles year after year after year. And then... You know, by the time you hit 30, if you somehow still play video games, you're a loser.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Dude, we're gonna be 50 still playing.
Yeah.
Dude, straight turning on kids.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to go there and see, like, you know, some guys our age, younger than us, older than us, and they all game.
Yeah.
And you know, some of them are good. I was looking around, some guys were trash. You know, it doesn't. I'm kidding, but it's like that. It doesn't really matter. It's just because we're all there. Like,
just fun.
We all love playing COD.
Yeah.
So it's sick to see people. Like we're all from the same cloth, cut from the same cloth, same cult of playing.
No,
here.
literally. I'm sure like a lot of those guys too, like they only have one other person they play with, or they have no one to play with anymore because all their friends stopped.
Yeah.
And then you go to this and like everybody's there to play. Yeah. Just hang out and chill and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. The last like midnight release that I remember going to was Black Ops 2. No, not Black Ops 2. Shit, what was it? It was somewhere around there. It wasn't Ghost because I didn't get Ghosts. Maybe it was Black Ops 1.
I had a memory coming in my head, but it wasn't. It's wrong because it was Black Ops 3. Remember, you, me, and our other buddy, we went out. But that was for Black Friday.
That was for, because I bought a PS4.
You bought a PS Pro,
Bought a PS4.
in cash. Cash. I remember you rolled up and you're like, slapped down like $300-400 of cash.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a legit move right now. This is before we had credit cards or debit cards.
No,
like
literally.
Straight cash, right?
I mean, if you, like... I think what made it funny was like I had it was like $400, but it wasn't like 4 bills.
Yeah,
it was like a stack of cash.
Yeah, just like random cash
saved up from Christmas, birthdays, and stuff like that.
Just like a couple $2 bills in there.
Like, I mean, especially nowadays, like you guys know, dude, $400 is fucking chump change.
Yeah,
like buying anything. It's like everything's so expensive now.
Yeah,
but no, see, like moments like that, Like, I remember that.
Oh yeah, bro,
Like,
I'll never forget.
It was awesome.
I remember I got my brother a gift that night too.
Yeah.
I got him that fish bottle opener.
Yeah.
Stupid. And then you and our other friend, you came over to my place, and then we literally played. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah,
we did.
yeah.
We played like all night,
Yeah.
which was sick.
Yeah.
But that's probably like I say like midnight release because it's not technically one, but
Yeah.
that was same kind of vibe though.
No,
Like,
yeah, it was a lot of because like we went for a specific reason
Yeah.
to play, and we had to buy the physical disc then.
Yeah, right.
But
And the physical PlayStation.
yeah, the disc now though, I've heard that it can't even hold the entire game because
Yeah.
the games are so big, so they're maxed out on the disc, and so you install the disc, but then you have to install stuff like afterwards,
Yeah.
like from the store,
Right, which is crazy.
because the game's so damn big.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I remember some of the games like I remember LA Noire and I remember Dead Space 2. Those were on PS3. I remember Dead Space 2. That game, it was 2 discs.
Yeah,
You'd play the first like half of the game until like chapter 8. You played on 1 disc, and then you'd have to swap to the next disc. So when people play, we could go on a tangent, but they were playing this hardcore mode. You had to only get 3 saves.
Yeah.
So people are like, beat the first disc.
yeah,
You know, which will get you pretty far, and then you get more saves.
Yeah,
like it was
yeah.
like a kind of a cheap way because it doesn't recognize
get
the save from the old disc. You know, so it was totally cheese. But the fact that you have to go in the actual disc, you have to go flip over in the case, to get like disc 1, disc 2.
yeah,
I mean, the games are huge. Dude.
yeah. Kids don't know what it's like
The struggle, bro.
Yeah. They don't know what the physical disc is.
Yeah.
And like you load the disc too, you're like, oh, I got the game, and then you have to wait for it to download. And install.
Yeah.
So you're waiting like another like hour or 2.
Hours back at like PS3, hours.
Hours. Yeah.
You know.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
Now it's like you get the pre-download, you log in like right when the game releases, it's ready.
Yeah, it takes you like 15, 20 minutes of that, you know. Now it's super easy now. But yeah, we went and played. We played from when it came out at 12, 12 pretty much right up until till we left. Maybe about like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we got like a good 2.5 hours of playing in. Yeah,
we didn't play on our account. We had some other guy there again because it was all like BattleNet PC, so we just logged in on his account and we're playing.
Yeah.
And then just about scraped through on Friday at work.
Yeah.
And clawed our way back to our setup. And then we ended up just playing all Friday and over the weekend.
Yeah, I took a half day Friday. I literally, I woke up, I had a meeting, like some training that I had to do.
Yeah.
Sat in there, I'm like, all right, I'm almost done with the day. And then, I felt good. Like, you were texting me, like, you tired? I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then signed off, and I went and, did some, extra stuff around the house.
Yep.
And then I went and laid down. Big mistake.
Yep.
Fatal. Knocked out for 2 hours. I woke up. I was like, what time is it?
Yeah, right.
I woke up and it was 4 o'clock. I'm like,
oh no,
I should have been playing.
Yeah. Well, bro, I remember I texted you because I don't want to talk too much about it. Scump, he retired.
Yeah.
And I was like, I called you.
Yeah.
Because I just got out of work at 3:30. No, it was around 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sometime around.
I woke up at 4.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, Justin, did you see this? They didn't answer.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, he's probably passed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing, man. I felt pretty good. I felt sick. It was weird. My body was so messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't feel good.
Yeah.
But then later on in the day, I was feeling really good. I was like, oh man, I'm chilling. But then at the end of the day, when we went to go play at night, bro, I was like, oh man. I was like, the body is struggling right now.
My 2-hour nap fixed it for me.
Yeah.
I went on. I was like, all right, I'm good. Yeah. And then just adjusting after that.
And everyone was in the same boat too. All on social media, people were like, oh yeah, who's a late night grinder here? Just nonstop. But we played all over the weekend. And now we haven't played obviously today. We're gonna go play when we get back. I think I'm level. I think you're maybe 3 levels ahead of me. Something like that, 3 or 4 levels. I think I'm 36, so you're level 40.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
I'm around there.
Yeah. And we'll kind of jump in.
Yeah, we're going to give our
impressions.
first impressions of this game so far.
So do you want to start with the things that we absolutely hate? No, I'm kidding. No, there's nothing in this game I'll say that we absolutely hate. And this is all coming from a place of love too, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, we've played this game for not even a day, like of in-game time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and we have high hopes for this. I have a lot of hope for this.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna, all the the cons that we talk about. I'm gonna try not to let it make me hate
get
the
upset.
game.
No.
Yeah, get upset over and over again.
No,
but I think we should start off with the cons first. Just
I was gonna say because we'll end on a good note.
Yeah.
We can kind of rattle through some of these. They're in no particular order.
Yeah. I think the one thing that we have to start off with is because everyone's gonna start off with this.
Yeah.
Is the user interface.
Yeah.
Of this game.
UI for sure.
Yeah, is the worst UI that any Call of Duty has ever had. It is awful.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's bad.
And anybody that's listening that's like a web developer or a software engineer probably feels the same way, and let us know what do you think, because this is bad.
Yeah.
It's so it's confusing, and it shouldn't be confusing.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the gameplay. It's just
Yeah.
actually navigating this game,
Yep.
getting into games, with guns, with attachments,
Yeah.
with trying to find people in a party. I only ever invite you, and somehow that is a pain in the neck to try to find you.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. For the people that haven't, played the game or can't buy it yet, it's you would think when you're loading into the game, you hit, multiplayer. And then you're in your lobby or whatever, and then you're ready to start playing the game or whatever. Or in this game though, there's a quick play filter, third person game mode, and then another playlist. So you click into that.
Yep.
And then you load into the lobby, and you're not starting the game. You have to go and edit your quick play filter of what you want to play, and then hit start again to play. Which that's just another click that you don't need to do.
Right.
What's the whole point of the quick filter if you're not going to go jump in?
Yeah.
And then you said inviting people. It's just you have to click 4 or 5 times to find people. It's why don't you just press triangle, which is what it usually is.
It's always been.
Yeah, and there's friends and online, or that's
Yeah, it's your whole friends list, or you might even just say online friends and then recent players.
That's what it used to be. What it should be.
And it was all in a row too, or one column.
Yeah.
Now when I go to it, it's a grid.
Yeah,
of
it's
people.
left and right. You're just
and it's exactly when I'm trying to find you.
Yeah.
I have to be cracked to find your name.
Yeah,
I'm looking, trying to see. I'm where is it? Where is it?
Yeah.
And even if you're online, you're way down.
Or to the right.
Yeah, sorry, to the right.
It doesn't even
you're
go
not.
to the top.
Yeah, it doesn't even filter you to oh yeah, he's online, so he should be here.
Yeah.
So it's a pain to do that.
Yeah, imagine you're basically scrolling through your entire friends list from left to right.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
Yeah.
And you and I, we only play with each other. But imagine the people that play with I don't know, 6 people.
Yeah, they got a crew of people.
Yeah,
two.
you got to just freaking keep scrolling the whole time.
Yeah, the whole game is it's a scroll simulator,
Yeah,
the
left to right,
the UI
left to
is,
right, yeah.
Whether you're looking for guns in the game or you're going through attachments,
Yeah.
it's all scrolling.
Yeah.
And it's so dumb. It should have
Yeah.
just been just one column.
Yeah.
When you click on that attachment, boom, you see them all there, and you can just actually read them. Oh, okay, what's that? Not scrolling what's this one? Having to try to find it.
Yeah. Nothing should be left to right.
No.
It's I will say, all right, at least you kept it consistent. Everything's left to right.
Yeah, right.
But
they really devoted to the left.
Yeah, they really left to right. But they could just get rid of that, quick filter screen and just throw you into the lobby like Vanguard, Cold War, MW.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit last night before we logged off. Is when you go into a game, I don't know why the other games you would have MW, Cold War, Vanguard all on one menu, right?
Yeah.
And but when you would hover over Vanguard, it would say campaign, multiplayer, zombies.
Yeah.
This game, it's you click X and then you said, it brings up your Hulu simulator.
Yeah.
Which it's all blocks and grids everywhere, and then you click on. Or you go and you click on like campaign.
Yeah.
It loads in the campaign, but then it like boots you back to the start menu.
Yeah.
Like to try to simulate like, oh yeah, now you're going back to start, click X, and now you load in.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is there this extra step and it's clunky and weird? It's not like you just click on campaign and then it's like boom, mission select or whatever. No. It's weird.
Yeah. No, it is weird. It's a few extra steps that just aren't needed and shouldn't be in.
Yeah. Very clunky.
It is clunky. And we're not on PC, but like the whole invite player thing has been like horrendous on there. So luckily for us, we're on PS5s.
Yeah, right.
It was annoying for us, but we didn't have to deal with because apparently that was a bug on PC. Like you couldn't party up with your friends.
Yeah, it would crash the game.
Imagine like midnight release, you're ready to play with your friends, your boys. And you can't hop in a party together?
Seriously, dude. I mean, I saw that all the time on Twitter when we were at the midnight release, just seeing it. It was like flooding in. People are like trying to play, can't play because whatever.
Yeah.
Which is a total bummer. And I've seen that with the PC people with the graphics card, is it? Or is it the NVIDIA?
Yeah, the graphics card. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have that on this, like right now, at least playing it. You have to go back to like an older graphics card you have because it'll crash.
Yeah.
At least like from my understanding, that's what I've seen from people who own and play PC.
Yeah.
Which again, doesn't really apply to us.
Yeah. Luckily for us, I got to see the benefit of being on console. Less, complications.
Yeah. It's not that difficult.
Yeah. But that's like, this isn't even like the gameplay or anything. It's just loading into it. It's clunky.
Yeah, the user interface of it is really bad. It's confusing. So I don't really know what they're going to do with that. A lot of people complain about it. Something that I wanted to get into with another thing I'm not a fan of. There's a couple of things that are oddly missing from the game. One thing that really bothers me is the fact that there's no barracks or there's no leaderboards or a combat record, whatever you want to call it. They would all be under the barracks.
Yeah, your stats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's none of that anywhere in this game. I don't know what the thought process is. We talked about it at length. We rehash it, is I don't know if they're saving this for season 1. When the game is they finally get the ball rolling with everything that they want to release, or if it's in line because of just like their move with the removal of the red dot on the mini map, they're trying to make sure they're catering to all players and don't want people to feel bad.
I brought up yesterday that if it just seems like they don't want others to compare to one another because they're trying to remove like the toxicity of just like their community.
Yeah,
and, being bullied because you're bad,
right?
Where it's like, I think you can work on other ways of like removing the bullies than not having the stats there.
Well, yeah, I mean,
there are different ways to go about it.
Think about like right when you load up multiplayer. I think this is the first time they've done it too, where they have like that checklist of 3 things, like, I'm not going to swear, I'm going to be nice, and I'm not going to cheat.
Yeah,
and you got to go with like,
yeah.
But I don't know if you can report people in this game.
You can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, 'cause if you couldn't do that, it'd be like, what's the point?
But, like, we all know. I don't know. I've never been affected by reporting. Like, reporting doesn't scare, like, anyone.
No. Because, I don't know how well they enforce it,
Yeah, exactly. Like, how many times, like, you and I have, like, I'm reporting you, you're cheating. All right, go do it.
Yeah.
Well, what's that going to do?
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't even talk shit.
Yeah. No, we always say nothing.
But, I get why they want to remove the bullies because, dude, some of the stuff that people say is horrendous.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, you're legit talking to like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And the stuff that people say, I'm like,
that was disgusting.
We know our community doesn't say that stuff.
No.
Everyone here is a grown adult and we just like that fun.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting what people say.
Yeah.
So for sure, get rid of those people.
Yeah. But they don't need to remove the stats.
Yeah, exactly. Like going back to it, I just don't get why they would do that. Again, if it's like a comparing thing, like I don't know. It's very odd. I'd be curious to know why they did that. If other people have an idea of why, other than the 2 things that we thought of.
Yeah.
Like whether it's a bullying thing or they just don't have it ready. If they don't have it ready, or there's a problem, I would be really pissed off about that.
Yeah.
Like for me, that is near inexcusable.
Yeah.
We've done this there's never been a COD where it doesn't exist. and this is the first one for whatever reason, and there's been so much time and hype around this, and you don't have that.
Yeah.
It's like that's why I just can't think that that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I have to think that they're getting rid of it there's a choice there.
Yeah, yeah. I get that. I think because I mean we were talking about it last night. I feel like the Barretts should be in from the beginning, but thinking about like the amount of work that it takes, like I'm seeing it from their end, like it does take a lot of work to implement it.
No, for sure.
But if it takes a lot of work, they should have already incorporated that, like, you know, while developing this game.
1000%.
Because I was looking yesterday too, after like we talked about it, like Vanguard had stats and stuff, but they didn't release leaderboards until later on.
Okay.
Which that like I get that mainly because leaderboards like tracks everyone, you know, playing the game. Your own stats, like it's just tracking yourself. You don't need to incorporate like your own stats into a leaderboard.
Vanguard even had leaderboards, like you could do like your friends' leaderboards and stuff like that.
They had a like global leaderboard.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Which that like makes sense why they added later on.
Right.
But like I mean I just want to look at my stats. That's all I really care about.
Dude.
But yeah, in this game they don't.
Dude, the OGs remember you and me, bro. All the old people remember the lobby leaderboard.
Yeah, that was leaderboard.
Dude.
Yeah.
If they wanted to get rid of that, because of talking trash, I would actually get that. Yeah, because you would be like, people would talking shit and be like, let's check a lot of lobby leaderboard. Like, bro, you're trash.
Yeah.
You could literally, you could never see people's like where they were ranked.
Yeah, yeah.
Like anybody that you're playing, you have to be friends with them. You know? But the lobby leaderboard, it showed everything.
Yeah, it showed everything.
You're like,
you
bro,
cannot hide.
Yeah, you're like, dude, you're ranked here. You're trash. That's your score. Get out of here. You're awful.
Yeah, exactly. Because the only way that people see your stats, like all your stats, is if you choose to share them with your friends or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the lobby leaderboards, it's like you can't hide.
Yeah, yeah.
If you say you're good, I hope your stats back it up.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so you could definitely see all that stuff.
Yeah. But like for us, right? Like we don't really care about KD all that much, but like I want to see like how much time like I've put in the game. Like that's not even a stat to like flex or anything. Like I just want how many hours have I put into this game.
No, I agree. I mean, I like the KD stuff. Like I still don't like that they got rid of it in the first place from the in-game leaderboard. You know, because I like that kick in the ass where if I'm like I see it and I'm like, dude, like I gotta get a grip, or I see it and I'm like 27-2 and I'm like, yo, let's go. Like I'm frying. I don't like the guessing game of like, how many times did I die? Because there's some games I'm like, oh, heck, man, I died like 3 times, and then sometimes I'm mind blown. I'm like, I died 30 times. You know?
No, I get that too. Like the
that's personal stuff. Though, you know. Yeah, that's like personal. That's how we prefer that stuff.
Yeah, well, because like I see, because I mean I'm part of the group of like when I see it, I'm like, dude, this guy. He has a 0.2. Yeah. Why are you so bad? Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm part of the problem. Yeah. But I'm not in the party like saying that to people like individually. Right. But so I get why they do that, but at the same time, it's like, at least in this game, I've noticed when they don't show those stats. Yeah, I'm still trying to play like good. Yeah. Obviously. But I have noticed, like, I'll just run out a lot more and just be stupid. Because, like, I'll pull up the leaderboard and I'm like, oh, it doesn't show how many times I've died. Yeah. I just see my kills. That's it. Yeah. And then at the end of the game, I went, like, 27-30. I'm like, I died a lot. Yeah. I did die a lot. I've had... But in my head, mentally, I'm not even thinking about that.
Yeah. No, the same thing for me, man. Like, I remember there was a game I played yesterday. It was so bad. I got... this was before you logged on. I think I got like 32 kills, but I died almost 50 times. Like I went neg.
Yeah, but like you probably didn't even like you knew you were dying a lot, but you weren't.
I didn't think that much. I was like, oh man! Like thankfully we won it. I didn't because it was domination. Yeah, but still, I was like, oh man, like that's awful. Yeah, like I played.
Like that affects us too, but just in a different way. So I get why they got rid of it. Because like in our, if we saw it, man, if I was like 20 and like 30. I'm like, I'm stressing. I gotta play better.
Yeah, you're like, dude, what am I doing? Like, but
that's just us.
Yeah, and I like that. You know?
I like it too.
Because I'm like, all right, man, like something's not working the way I'm playing. You know, but if it's not like their whole philosophy is out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
yeah.
And for me, and you do the same thing, it's like, no, I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know, like, hey, you're not doing well, or hey, you're frying.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. So, like the KD thing, like, again, I would want that. I also wanted my win-loss percentage.
Yeah.
Recently, like in the newer CODs, they've added like the amount of kills that you get like per weapon.
Yep.
Like I want to see that. That's like interesting to see. Like, what are my most used like weapons and equipment and stuff like that.
No, I totally agree. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
I don't either.
You know, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, I'll add on to the barracks part because this kind of falls under it, but also kind of falls under the UI. You don't see other people's calling cards or emblems in lobby.
Yep.
And first of all, it took me forever to find
how to change your calling card.
And what's the point of changing it if you're not even going to show it?
Yeah. Or clan tag either, because of course we're representing COD Casuals, so we have our clan tag on.
Yeah.
But you don't see it in the game or in the pregame. Actually, no, pregame lobby, I don't know.
Pregame, you see it.
Yeah, pregame.
But when you
lobby,
load in,
it disappears. Yeah. Which is odd.
Yeah. So what's the only time you ever see the calling card, I think, is when you're inviting your friends.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Like, you know,
that though. No, I think you are right.
Can you hover like over name? I've never even tried. Can you hover over names?
I don't know. I don't know if you can actually. I haven't tried.
Yeah.
Because a huge pro. We're gonna continue the cons, but a huge pro. The turnaround rate from game to game.
Yeah.
Hell
that's true.
Yeah.
You don't have time.
Yeah. You got no time.
Yeah.
If you want to change your custom class,
gotta
back out, fool.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it literally takes like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, as it should be. Not Vanguard where I could go make breakfast and then go back and I'm still choose the lobby.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean overall like that stuff that's definitely with like UI and just the barracks. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe come back season 1 when it starts up. So that's missing. Another thing, I don't want to talk much about it just because it doesn't really matter to me and you, but it matters to a lot of people. No hardcore mode in this game.
Yeah.
Another odd decision.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big hardcore community, people who they live and die by that sword. We don't fall into that, but it's a real bummer for those people who do.
Yeah, I saw that they are introducing like it's not called hardcore mode. It was like a few weeks back I saw it. It's not called hardcore, but it is hardcore.
Hardcore's too sensitive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
you can't call it that, right?
I forget what. I need to look it up, but that just brought that came into my head. But yeah, there is a hardcore mode that they want to add later on, but I don't know if this is going to be like an exclusive mode, you know, like playlists, and they get rid of it.
Yeah.
Or if it's again, they just didn't release it.
I'm trying to see if I could find what they call it at all. Tier 1 playlist?
Yeah, Tier 1 playlist.
There you go.
Yeah. So a hardcore mode. You have no mini-map. Like, the screen is just your weapon.
According to Infinity Ward, quote, a Tier 1 playlist is designated with a playlist's name and offers a more challenging experience compared to traditional multiplayer. Operators have less health and limited HUD elements, and friendly fire is on. These elements are consistent in all game modes that support the Tier 1 variant. So hardcore mode, anyway.
Exactly. That is hardcore.
You know what's something?
It's called Tier 1.
Totally unrelated is like all the shit that they added to games, like the guns, the kill streaks. We always refer to them as like whatever we know them as. I never am like, oh, I got my glide mod. It's like, yeah, I got a cruise.
That's true.
Like whatever the MP7 gun is, like I can't remember.
The Vel?
Yeah.
Is it?
I remember I asked you, I was like, what gun are you using? Like MP7?
Yeah.
And then I just see it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's the MP7. But it's like the Vel 46.25 at yahoo.com. It's like some crazy name. We're just like, there's the MP7.
Yeah. No,
we're using the FAL.
We're in this game specifically too, dude. The names just of everything.
Yeah.
It's complicated, but the calling it hardcore is
it's hardcore mode.
It's too sensitive.
Yeah,
you know that like reminds me. Like side note, it's like anybody that used to watch like WWE and stuff. There was ECW, which is like the hardcore channel, and ECW was like There was a championship called the Hardcore Championship.
Yeah.
ECW is where like you get nails, tacks, like,
and you have like, a baseball bats with barbed wire.
Yeah,
and stuff.
And you like blood's gushing every single like time it goes live. It's crazy. It's where like all the misfits go, pretty much.
Right.
And then when WWE decided to go more like PG-13, PG,
right?
They got rid of ECW, and like the Hardcore Championship wasn't hardcore anymore. It became like the Extreme or something like that.
Infinity Ward took a page out of Vince McMahon's playbook. Yeah. They're like, let's see what Vince did.
Yeah. Who's offended by hardcore now?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Nah, but, I don't know.
Yeah, and like adding to that too, our favorite game mode, Control, is not in there, but it's in private matches.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just kind of like teasing us with it.
Yeah. At least we have the game mode in, I guess, when the hardcore community doesn't even have it.
Yeah, it's good that they're going to add in the hardcore mode. I'm happy about that.
Tier 1.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to offend. My apologies to everybody that I just offended. Tier 1 playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good that they're going to add that in. The barracks, they're probably going to call it, I don't know, the Sunshine Rainbow Viewing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good that they're going to add that in. What else was I thinking about?
We
else
touched upon like some of it, like there are no red dots. Like we won't go too much into
now,
that.
We've talked about that a bunch. It's change it.
Yeah, Dead Silence.
The two maps, the museum map and the raceway map, those are under the lawyers are swimming in those fields right now.
Yep.
The museum map is gone for legal reasons. It's a bummer because I like that map personally, but I'm not crying that it's not in there.
Yeah.
Couple of things we noticed with the gameplay, definitely not a fan of. Perk system, I'm not really honestly like concerned about it. I'm just like whatever about it. It's like getting used to it, but I just don't really think about it very much.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it. I'm just playing like with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we have no choice.
Yeah.
But I do see like they're called like you only see it when you die.
Yeah.
It's like, if I had this perk, I've died here. It's always like nades.
Right.
Or like a UAV is up. Or like Dead Silence. The footsteps are so damn loud. It's always stuff like that.
That's what I was gonna say. Because we had like the perk system, UAV spam, which is part of a problem.
That is like because you asked me yesterday like if I use a different like perk package.
Yep.
And I created like a custom one for me, and like I don't have Ghost yet.
Yeah.
But I wanted like these basic like perks. It was like double time or something to be faster. But I have to wait to unlock Ghost. But one of the pre-made like
has Ghost.
But I don't want to use that because I don't want to change up like all the perks in there.
Yeah.
And it's like UAVs in this game are so big. They're so important in this game.
No, they're insane. I mean that like whatever that block is, I don't know if it's like called Phantom or something.
Yeah.
But I only use that because it has Ghost. Like I'll make my custom ones once I unlock Ghost. I think you get it in like late 40s. But yeah, you can't. It's hard to live without it. Like the UAVs are an issue, and the footsteps in this game, God Almighty, they are wild.
And the thing is when you get Ghost and Dead Silence, you're gonna have to choose between Ghost and Dead Silence.
Yeah,
where it's like, all right, I get why they have to counter each other. Like they're both really powerful, but what they can do is lower the footsteps. Like it just the footsteps are way too loud.
Yeah,
they are way too loud in this game. Just turn it down.
Yeah, if you don't have a headset, like this is the time. Invest in your game, bro. You will. Your life will change. That they are next level. It sounds like you are stomping around.
Yeah,
I hate it because there's times where I've gotten turned on, not horrendously yet, but I've gotten turned on by people because they just hear my footsteps.
Yeah.
Like they would have no reason to know I'm there, but they've got a decent headset and they're like, huh? And they turn around and smoke me.
Yeah. Like I don't know if you saw that clip on Twitter, like like if you crouch walk, there are still footsteps. In all the other CODs, that was not the case.
Yeah.
Because, you're crouching so your movement's slower. So
Yeah, you can be quieter with the
should be
footsteps.
quieter, but you're at the detriment of going slower now.
Yeah.
But he crouch walked to like some person.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I got the kill." The guy turns around, no scopes him.
Yeah. Crazy.
And he's like,
he was probably mind blown.
He couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no, doesn't surprise me.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. No, it's a real problem. I mean, that's something they can change pretty easily.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about it. I think they will patch that.
Yeah.
But for overall, like things that we don't like. Another thing it's kind of annoying is the weapon attachment unlocks. I don't want to go too long on this.
Yeah, because we mentioned that.
Yeah,
it's a tree.
Yeah, it's a tree, and it's annoying. Again, get why they do it, but it is frustrating because I got to go through like hoops to get my MP5, which I'm stoked to have it.
Yeah,
but it's annoying because I got to use all the other like the battle rifle MP5.
Yeah,
the Lachman, whatever.
Like I don't even have the MP5 unlocked yet.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten to it because I'm just leveling up every single gun because I know eventually like I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
For like those attachments and like if I want to get them like gold or whatever eventually. But thing is, like, I get why they're doing it because they want us to use all these other weapons, right?
Yep.
But I've noticed, I think I've gone through like more weapons than you. All of them are like the same.
Yeah.
Like, but slightly different.
Yeah.
The M4 variations, I have like 3 unlocked.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
the most part. So the battle rifle has 10 bullets in the clip.
Yeah.
For the M4 variation.
Gotcha.
But like that's the only difference. The AK-47 or the Kostov, I think it's a Kostov 692 and there's a Kostov 545. Might be butchering those numbers.
It's an AK-47.
Yeah, but there's 2 AK-47s and the AR like.
Yeah, which is odd.
So why are there 2?
Yeah.
And then another variation of that of the AK-47 is RPK.
Yeah.
And another variation of that is a 74U.
Yeah.
And another variation.
Yeah.
And the 74U in this game is an AR. So you have 3 AK-47 variants as an AR. And then you have like the AK sub.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's odd. Not really. It's like a fan of it. It's very very complicated. Unnecessarily so,
yeah.
You know.
Like once you just sit down and like look at it, it makes sense. But they could have went about it like a different way to make us like try out the other weapons.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I think you and I are culprit of it. Like in Vanguard, there were literally weapons that I didn't get a kill with. Like, if you go and look at my stats, I have 0.
Yeah.
Never touched.
Yeah.
So like I get it. Because they're like, well, we put in the time. Like, we just want you to at least try it.
Right.
Like, all right, I get that. But I think they could have done it another way. I don't know what the other way is.
For me, it's, look, bitch, I paid $70 for it. I play this game how I want to. Got it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get that. Like, I don't know what the other way would be.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, just the way it's always been, it's like it hasn't really been broken. Yeah, like you don't use all those guns, but at the end of the day, like now, I'll never use that MP5 battle rifle. I'll never touch that thing again.
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, I used it for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
like mission accomplished, I guess. Like I did use that gun. Yeah, but it's trash, and I'll never touch it again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so I don't know what you're like. If that's their goal, then great.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I mean, I've maxed out like all the weapons that I've tried so far.
Yeah.
Just to get everything, and I don't know. Like I'm not gonna go back unless I'm gonna go get like camos.
Yeah.
Which like I mean I might when I get bored. I know like I've told you guys that I do just to keep myself occupied with it. Yeah. But
yeah, I agree.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see though. But that's more or less like I mean we went off on the the cons. It'll seem like our pros list is smaller, but the pros list, like it's a lot of cons, but they're all small.
Yeah.
Like say smaller things. The pros are like let's say less talked about or probably not going to elaborate as much on them, but they're massive things that are really good.
Yeah.
Like for me, overall gameplay and consistency, big W.
Yeah.
Like the gameplay of this is fantastic.
Yeah. Like loading straight from the beta. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like already more than Vanguard.
Yeah.
I mean, just rating the game off the weekend, like I already give it like a 7.5.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it fixed all the stuff that we talked about in cons, it pushed it up like over an 8.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
But I think the consistency of the game's really good. You do die really fast, but I don't know how to describe it. It's like consistently.
Yeah.
Like you're dying fast, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like Vanguard where you know those times in Vanguard you're like, how would I kill them?
Yeah.
I haven't had that moment in this game.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
I don't know just like if that will come, but no, I know what you're saying though, man. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely feel that.
Because in Vanguard you died really fast.
Yeah.
Really, really fast.
Yeah. This game I feel like it can kind of, it's a little bit less. But no, I think it's overall, like, again, gameplay is really good. Time to kill, it is quick.
Yeah. I adding to that, I think it is the speed of the game. Vanguard, the TTK was really fast, but you were also moving really fast.
Yeah.
This game, it's not like you can't get cracked per se.
Yeah,
and if you get
hard
cracked, yeah, it's a lot harder too.
Yeah, definitely.
Footsteps, you're stomping around everywhere.
Yeah, so it's hard to just be flying around like a psycho because you can't really, because people will hear you. But yeah, the gameplay is great. The maps, I think the maps, like we went over it. I've seen a lot of people be trashing the maps.
Yeah.
We talked about it, speak for both of us. We're not in that boat.
Yeah.
There's only what did we say? 2 maps on here we don't like.
Yeah.
Really, one
out
map.
Of the 10.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I was gonna say it's 10 because the Valderas is gone. Yeah, out of the 10, it's like 8 of them that we like.
Yeah.
And I would really only say one that I despise, which everybody knows. It's the Santa Sena border crossing map. That map can fuck right off into existence. That's an awful map.
Yeah. That's a map where you're on a highway with like just a bunch of cars like everywhere.
Yeah.
That map is a bad map.
Yeah.
That's a bad map.
Yeah.
Because this is a thing. There's like
here's the thing.
There's really bad maps and there's like, because remember in Cold War, like this just reminds me, Cold War, what's that map where we were in like the desert? With the broken plane.
Yeah.
But that map grew on me. I can't remember the name of it. But I
got you, bro.
That wasn't the best map. Satellite. Yeah.
Call me back.
But this map has no consistency at all.
Yeah.
Like the cars are just it's realistic. But that's it. Like it makes no sense,
bro. If you want Rush Hour at the border crossing simulator, this gets a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. When I spawn into that map, I think of like, okay, this is what it looks like if a zombie apocalypse happened.
Yeah,
and you're fucked because there are cars just everywhere, and like I crouch walk a lot in that map, just hiding behind like cars. And peeking through them.
Oh, dude, I can't get a hold of that map. I back out every time I see it. I just don't want to play it. It's huge too.
Yeah, very long.
Yeah, it's
super long.
Yeah, it's funny when you look at it. It doesn't look that big, but then there's so much random stuff in the back, like all these buildings and just That's the one map I would say if you really boil it down. That's one map that is awful.
Yeah,
there's nothing redeeming about it. Take it out of the game, and I could care less.
Yeah.
All the other maps, there's just something that was kind of we were joking about is the names of the maps are like way too long. Like it's just a stupid thing.
I'm sure other people are like, if anybody listening can actually name all the maps like right now, or no, not even like
name like
5.
Yeah,
5.
Yeah, legit, dude. I could only like if I had to right off the bat, like prior to looking at it, I can name 3. Like I would know Farm 18, I would know Crown Raceway, and I would know Tarak or Tarak.
Yeah.
But Zarqua Hydroelectric, Albagra Fortress, Breenberg, not Greenberg.
Yeah.
Breenberg Hotel. Embassy's a great name.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mercado Las Almas.
Yeah.
Santa Cena Border Crossing. I'm like, bro, why can't we just call it Mercado?
Yeah.
Hotel. Fortress.
Yeah.
Border crossing. Like just dial it down a little bit, Museum. Tarak is a good name.
Yeah.
But man, there's
one syllable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's like one word, maybe 2 syllables.
Yeah,
like not these. Like give it a whole background on like where we are. Like they're way too long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a stupid thing to argue about, but the maps though, they're good.
Yeah. No, they're like we were talking about it. You know, a lot of them, like, they're not like, you know, great, amazing maps, but they're all maps that we enjoy playing. Like that's coming from pubs.
Yeah,
we haven't touched competitive or anything. You know,
no such thing.
But yeah, no, I've been seeing a lot of people, they hate the maps, but I also think a lot of people that we follow are really into competitive.
Yeah,
so I can see it in that way. But I like there are a couple maps that I think would work like really well in competitive. Yeah. Not a competitive player, but like I would have fun playing them in ranked.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if we come from the like average ranked player, which is us, and like in pubs, that's our thoughts on the maps. Like, I think they're pretty solid. There's none in here that are incredible maps. Like, you know, they're going to go down in history. I mean, granted, you know, give it time.
Yeah.
For any of these, because it's only been. For recording this, it's only been just a couple days, hasn't it?
Yeah. So when you guys listen to this, like 2 weeks.
About a week or two.
Yeah.
You know, but the maps are really good. Like Albagra Fortress, I really like. Mercado. You know, Farm 18, I really like. You're not as much of a fan of Farm 18.
Yeah, but it's whatever for me.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like a love-hate thing.
Yeah.
The maps overall, though, like some of them are big. There's big maps.
Yeah,
they got a lot of stuff going on. But that's a huge thing. I mean, that I'm not cringing when I look at some of these maps.
Yeah, because I mean, like just thinking about the launches, like I think these maps were better than like Vanguard's maps, like right at launch.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Even like I'm thinking, I mean, Cold War only had 8 maps. Right at launch, like I think like these maps are
pretty solid.
They're pretty solid. Yeah. Cold War, they did have like some really good maps at launch, even though it was only 8.
Yeah.
But you know, I think some of these maps I would rather play than Cold War.
Yeah.
And overall, my favorite map is probably the hotel map. I like that map straight from the beta.
Brainberg.
Yeah. I really like that map. I liked it like from the beginning in the beta.
Yeah.
Also biased because I feel like I only have good games on that map.
Right.
But I don't know, it flows really well.
Yeah. I really like, for me, a map that I fry on I really like is Fortress, Albagra Fortress.
Yeah, I like
love
Fortress
that
too,
map. Yeah, really, really good map.
That's a good search map.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Zarkor Hydroelectric. I like that map. Get rid of all the underwater nonsense.
Yeah, underwater tunnels.
Just have a cement truck pull up.
Yeah.
Just bury all that.
Yeah.
I think the map's like really solid.
Yeah. I like that map too.
It's like a weird 2-lane map, right? It's 2 lanes. It's not even 3.
Yeah, I guess you could count like the Ridgeway 3. Well, actually no, I think it's a water.
The water is a lane.
Yeah. So
you have those insane water battles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like a lot of these maps, like I just enjoy in pubs. We played, Hardpoint, TDM. We played like a few games of Kill Confirmed. I really want to see how these maps work out in Control.
Yeah.
Because I think this will be a really good Control game.
Well, yeah, 100%. I agree.
Minus like all the stupid equipment and stuff. But
right. That's for another episode. We'll have to see how all this stuff works out when we get Control in the game. But overall, those maps are really good. Again, talking like gameplay and maps, they're really good. And then last thing would probably be just the weapons.
Yeah.
We talked about like it is kind of weird. They got some like extra guns. I think it's just unnecessary fluff.
Yep.
Because the base stuff that they have is really good.
Yeah.
Like we don't need all these variants of the AK-47.
Yeah.
When like just one would suffice, and it's a good gun.
Yeah. And we didn't even mention like I think we talked about a few episodes ago where they wanted to add like tuning and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Game. They're just they're making the game more complicated than it needs to be. Yeah. Personally, I'm not going to touch any of that until like I unlock everything. And even then, I'm going to look at it and be like, all right. Like for me, like dude, you know me, I've talked to you guys about it. With this weapon tree, I have to max out every gun cuz my OCD, like I can't leave a gun at 13 and the max is 18.
Right.
Which I will thank you Activision I get or Infinity Ward because these weapons like they only go up to like 20.
Yeah, they're not like up in the 30s and 40s.
So I'm not like, oh my god, this is awful.
Right.
But like some of the guns, like the tuning and stuff, that's gonna affect my like OCD about it. I'm like, I need to find the best possible decimal point to make this gun fantastic. Because I cannot be at a disadvantage because someone is like 0.3 tuned differently.
Yeah, and the thing too, man, is they got rid of it right now. As of recording this, they've pulled it because it was crashing people's games. Yeah, and people are like, you know what? Just keep it out.
Yeah,
you know,
no, literally, just keep it out.
And we're in the boat, like, keep it out. No need for it. You know, it's again like try to stay to the pros for wrapping it up. Like the guns are great. Yeah, like, the guns are good. Attachments, I think they need to buff the attachments because there's so many like my MP5, which that thing is a godsend. Dude, I have no attachments on that, and to me there's nothing when I like, you know, most times you use a gun and you're like, oh, this needs this needs that.
Recoil, like damage.
That gun, there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm telling you too, like I've used like a handful more than you. All of them I've used, they don't need attachments. And like I don't feel like I'm at a severe disadvantage.
No, just straight up. Like, we saw Courage on Twitter. I remember him saying that too. He's like, I'm using like in this COD, I've used more naked guns or like bare bones guns than ever before. Yeah, you know, because usually you're obviously trying to get out of that. You're like, oh yeah, this gun sucks without all this stuff. Yeah, these guns, I'm like, I don't need anything on this thing. Like, you know?
So and like you could look at it the other way too. It's like, I guess this is a really good thing. But get rid of like the 100+ attachments and only put like 5 for each. Yeah, like remove all the choices. Yeah. Again, like the OCD thing for me is like I look at all these attachments and in my head I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah. Like I am the type of person I will go through and like find the best combination. Yeah. And research it. I know like, you know, a lot of you guys playing, you might not do that. I hate knowing that okay, someone has a better class than me and they're gonna do better just because of that. Right. So like that tuning thing, take it out because that adds stress to me.
Yeah, no,
like,
same here, bro.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, like you think back to the old CODs, like COD 4, right? COD 4, the attachments in that, it was like red dot, suppressor, ACOG, rapid fire.
Yeah, and you know, so if you're getting shit on, it's like okay, this person's just better. Like,
dude,
that's it.
Straight up. It's not like because in that game, like I remember my MP5 and a lot of people like when they would use certain guns. Like I remember my 74U in that game, no attachments on it. Yeah, because it was just good the way it was. Yeah, like if you didn't like the iron, throw on a red dot. If you wanted suppressed, throw that on. If you can handle the rapid fire, do that. You know, it wasn't. Like that's how this COD kind of relates to those older ones. At least it seems like that. I don't know if that's an intentional thing, but that MP5, you don't need anything on it. Yeah, you know. So it's I get what you're saying, and I totally agree. You know, 100%.
It gives like
what have I got?
Like false confidence. Yeah, is it? Yeah, it's like oh, you only killed me because you had these attachments, right? And I don't have those attachments yet.
Well, you think about like Vanguard, like what was it the
F8
F8 stabilizer. Like that thing was a cheat code. You're like, oh yeah, bro, he's frying with that thing.
Yeah. And I think the tuning thing honestly is probably more of like a placebo thing because I really take into account like all that stuff, like all the recent CODs at least. Like I really care about which attachments I use. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like I know like I'm shooting straighter than most people, but if I know that this person's like tuning is slightly different than mine and they kill me, I'm gonna go and change it. Yeah. It's like side note, all the freaking like all the settings that they add in COD, like your input, your dead zones, like all that, that's a nightmare for me. Because like you ask me like, oh, what settings do you use? Dude, I change my settings a lot. Yeah. Like I don't really know what my settings are until like months into the game. Yeah. Because I've told you like I played on auto tac sprint, I played on auto sprint, and I played without like just double tap. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, there's some days I log on and I'm doing well on everything, and then there are other days where like I'm getting fried.
It's just not clicking.
Yeah, and I'm like, so what gives me the real advantage? Right. Because I can see disadvantages in all of them. Right. So Infinity Ward, you're adding more stress by adding this stuff.
It's gonna take more. It's gonna take time to get all that stuff down.
So remove the tuning.
Yeah, yeah, because the guns are great, and like more or less, it's not broken, so just keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
That's like my closing statement is like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We talked about that prior to the game launching, and it's still that. Like they got a good set of guns in the game. But with 90 million attachments that you have to, scroll left and right for, and this weapon tuning, just get rid of it. Like it's way less work, it's way less work on their end, and it's easier for the player to understand.
Exactly.
90 million attachments is enough. Like now, I don't want to start fine tuning this.
Yeah, and I think they did do a good job with, I still believe in the pick 10 system. And like the 3 attachments, maybe 4 if you have a perk.
Right.
I like how it's only 5 attachments max now.
Yeah.
Which is good, but there's, like you said, there's like 90 million attachments for each category.
Right.
And I was telling you earlier, like my friend, he came back and started playing it, and he's like, man, this is like pretty complicated. There's like a lot of stuff that goes into this. And he asked me, like, what attachments do I use? I'm like, dude, I got to write, like, a whole damn list to send it to you of, like, my settings.
Because I have no idea.
Yeah, my classes, like, it's so long.
Much.
And if for, a regular person that picks up this game, they're going to be like, this is a lot.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, straight up. And just remove, like, half the attachments.
Yeah, I think if they would, do stuff like that, it would help. I mean, I know, like, that's stuff that's lofty. They're not going to.
Yeah.
But the tuning stuff, there's a good chance they might just sack that, and not even bother with it, which I wouldn't be upset about.
Yeah.
Because they've got a great base game, like their main layers to everything are really good. And that's like closing it out, that's really just what it is. Like the base things in this game are fantastic, and it puts it up at a really high level. It's all those small things, like as we keep playing this game, they're going to compound and get bigger and bigger and more annoying the more hours we play.
Exactly. And that's what this pro list kind of turned into a con a little bit. Yeah. Well, not con, just like improvements.
Yeah. That's because we care, right?
No, yeah, we care. The base layer of this game, like you said, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
And if they just changed like a couple things, this game goes again from my 7.5 to an 8.
Yeah,
maybe even higher.
Yeah,
like you said, don't fix it if it's not broken.
Yeah,
it's add the red dots. That's fine. Add imagine they change the perk system. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But imagine if the perk system was the same, the red dots and dead silence is a perk. Like that's it.
Yeah.
They don't change anything else.
Yeah. I mean, dude, just one tweak of the footstep sound, and the game's already better.
Yeah.
Like straight up. Like you just have to do like those small changes like that. Add red dots on the map. Make the footsteps sound like more quiet.
Yeah.
Get rid of the weapon tuning. We're already cruising.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put cement in that water map. Like we're doing great.
Yeah.
Everything else that like the big things that I would be tripping if they were a problem.
Yeah.
They're great. Like there's no problem with them.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think we've had like the most fun in the launch of this COD than past couple years.
Yeah.
Like
not even a question.
Yeah.
I like really look forward to playing this game every night,
even before the last one that I was super excited to start and play and like had this enjoyment was probably Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
And like I love Cold War, but we know how we acted like when we started that game. Like we did not like it.
Yeah.
This game, like I don't know, something just it clicks for us.
Yeah. No, we definitely like Cold War. We were just getting pissed on every time we played that game. This game, it's very like we do really well. Then we have not great matches.
Yeah,
but we're not getting like dummy fried.
Yeah, we're not questioning
like our existence of Call of Duty. We're just like we're not playing we're not playing the right way.
Yeah.
So we're thankfully not having those games. So we're starting off way better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the just to keep playing it, and we'll be touching it next week
and
see how it goes.
We're gonna have like a lot more episodes about this game.
Oh yeah, only like 100 more.
Our downfalls.
Yeah, exactly.
All that stuff.
So we'll make sure to keep up the news and intel on what's going on with the game and how we're experiencing it.
Yeah, and if you want to stay updated, go to our YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Go leave a rating on our on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely. so we go on there, go on Twitter, anywhere. Again, like our anchor.fm/COD Casuals, which has our link to everything there. And we'll have that once again up on the screen right now.
Yep.
So go there. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube, everywhere that is linked. Please follow, rate, because it helps out a ton.
Yeah. Before we end it, last thing. Shout out to Mike who won the MW2 giveaway.
Yep. Straight G.
Yeah. He's been a very active listener from the beginning, so we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we did not plan for him to win.
No.
Total random.
Yeah.
But you texted me, you were like, dude, guess who got it? And I was like, I have no idea. And then you showed me, and I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people entered. So everybody that entered, we can't thank you enough. We'll definitely be doing more of those throughout the year, because they're a bunch of fun. We love giving back.
Yeah, this was our first time doing it, too.
And it was a success.
Yeah, and it was, we didn't even, plan for it, too. I know, we decided the week of the game, let's just do it. Why not? So we weren't able to announce in the podcast.
Yeah.
So, but we'll do more giveaways every now and then.
Yeah.
But no, shout out Mike.
Yeah, dude.
I hope you're enjoying the game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe he just took the cash and went and bought something else.
I mean, if you,
hey, bro,
don't tell us.
Yeah, don't tell us what you did, right? So shout out to him again.
Yeah.
Hope he's enjoying it alongside with us. Okay, do you have anything else you want to add? Or
no,
we good?
I think that's it.
All right, man.
Yeah.
So again, this has been episode 90 of the COD Casuals podcast. We're your host, Mike.
I'm Justin.
And we will see you in episode 91. Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.